What up, everybody? It's your girl July from Kickback Couture. Today, I'm gonna show you how to use Riffer 2. It's dope. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so I'm in Ableton Live and I have Electra here for my instrument. Gonna go ahead and drop Riffer in. So I'm gonna search for it. Cool, now I got that there, and I'm gonna use it to generate a melody because Riffer is a really dope generator for things of that nature. So here on Electra, I'm going to set this to Riffer. So MIDI from 21 Riffer, same thing for the bottom part. And I'm gonna put it on in and make sure I just give both of them focus for now. And bring Riffer back. I accidentally shrunk it, so it's baby Riffer. Bring Riffer back, and let's hit this dice button here, and we'll get a random melody. And what we could do is change the key. So right now it's in C minor, but we have a plethora of different keys we could use. So I might want to go for like a Arabian scale or a Japanese scale or Phrygian or something like that. So I'm actually gonna go for Arabian A and see what comes out of it, and let's change it to F. And then we'll hit this dice right here and let's hear it. So we got a random melody there. Now what I'm able to do is change the rate, the pitch, and if I don't like this melody, I could just hit the random button again. So I really like the first few steps, so I want to lock those. So I'm just gonna hit lock steps and select the steps I want to lock. And I'm gonna hit random again so we could randomize the rest of the pattern. I like these ones. Let's randomize the rest of it again. Okay, cool. We getting somewhere. Keep working through it. Alright, I'm cool with that. So what I did was basically hit random until I got something that I liked. Now, let's say I want to change the key later. I could just put it on D sharp. And I can even go to a scale like, say harmonic minor or just regular minor if I want to, use a regular scale. And I think that's real dope. Now, in addition to everything you saw me do with just hitting random over and over again and locking the steps I like and selecting the key and also bringing the pitch up, you also have options here to create tie notes. So anything that's next to each other will tie. And you could create sustain notes. But in this case, I'm going to leave those off. And what I want to do is figure out exactly where I want this melody to start. Now I could shift this melody. I actually like where it's starting now, but if I didn't like it, I could shift it. So we could start it there. It's a little weird. So I really like where that starts. All right, cool. Now from here, I will go on to make a beat, but let's say maybe you want to keep this pattern and add another one. You can also do that. So if you click on presets and you click on one, it'll automatically save this specific pattern to this slot, and you could go start on a new slot. Alright, cool. So I put that beat to the side. I want to keep the momentum going, and I want to show y'all some more dope. So I have another instance of Riffer open. Actually started a new live session here, and I want to show y'all some more of the features that are available. So you have 4 different piano rolls, which essentially means you could stack different patterns. So I'm just going to start with this first one, and we'll hit randomize. I'm going to set some scale parameters first. So let's go with C sharp minor. And I'll change this to 1/8, and let's hit this randomize button and then see what we get here. Randomize again. Alright, I like this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock these steps so they don't change. And let's go ahead and activate this next one. And on this one, change it to 1/4. Alright, cool. And I'm gonna turn this one off for a second. Turn off the lock notes, and let's try to move this one over. Alright, let's add this back in. Oh, the key's different, so let's make sure that's the same. Alright, now let's check this out. We're gonna move this up an octave, the second pattern. So I really like this. So I'm gonna lock those specific steps in this pattern. And let's randomize again. So it's a really easy way to get some counter melodies going in addition to the main melody. Alright, so I'm also going to lock these steps. I might add something here manually. Let me see. I kind of know what I want to add. Alright, cool. So I like that. Whoops, let's go ahead and lock it so I don't accidentally change it. Now what's cool about these options on the side is that we could change the duration, as I stated earlier, how long the note is held. We could also change the velocity, how loud or how hard the note is being played, and also the density. So the density is like repeats. So if we listen to this note here, I'm going to turn off the first pattern. There's no note here. So let's bring this one up. So the density is up here, so you can hear it being repeated, and it says 8 times right there. So if there was a note here, it would be repeated 6 times. So this first one will be repeated 4 times. So pretty cool. Let's go ahead and turn this one back on, and I'll make sure I lock all of the steps on here so I don't accidentally mess with nothing later. All right, cool. And then you could go on and add another one if you would like to, another layer to it. So let's go ahead and activate this. You could double click it, or you can hit all if you want to affect all of them at once, all of the patterns, but I want to do mine different. So let's go ahead and change this to 1/2 here. And then the root note, that's how many times it'll play that specific root note. So it's at 5 right now. We could change it to 8 and it'll only play the root note. And we'll go ahead and set this to this, and let's hit random, and you see that it played that root note 8 times. And we could drop the pitch down. Alright, cool. So what I'm gonna do is lock the steps that I like as usual. And let's randomize the other 2. Perfect. So I really like how this is coming out. And just a little bit more on these tie notes. If they're next to each other, then we could tie the notes together. So it'll only play once. And if it's sustained, if we had a pause note, for example, then that's what that would come in handy. But we don't have any pause notes in this case. We could try unlocking this step and getting rid of this. And now that sustain is on, it'll hold this note down because there's no note in the step after it. Alright, cool. So let's try turning off the second pattern. So I like how it sounds without it, and we could periodically add it back or whatever we would like to do with it, but I'm gonna keep it out. So there is a wide array of things you could do with Riffer as far as producing melodies and coming up with ideas. Generative music is a thing. I know a lot of people complain about there being technology built for the purpose of helping people get over the hurdles of learning music theory and learning DAWs and mixing in general, but it really does help the community if you think about it. Not everybody's going to use it as a learning tool, which is on them, but it's not up to you to take somebody else's wants for their workflow personally. So I would say if you don't like it, mind your business. If you love it, definitely cop this. This is definitely the best melody generator plugin I've ever used. So that is 100% facts. Definitely check this out. If you have any questions, let me know down in the description. It's all Couture, Kickback, and Cook-Up. Till I fuck it up.